Their clearance, so you wonder if that's still holding serve right now at 27-0.
Handoff to the backfield, and the two-point conversion will be too easy for Shamir Land. Shamir Land, 5'10", 190. His big boy in pads down there goes in untouched, and Bennett hit 70 on the day in 3 quarters of play with still 98 seconds to go in this third quarter. That's the highest points they've scored all season, as behind this one, their biggest score was 62 at Will North in week 2. 70 points already in this one. We'll see what Bennett can get to, as I'm sure at halftime, if I'm a player up 54-14, I'm saying, Coach, let's go for 100. Don't stop a thing. Go for every 4th down. Go for onside kicks. We want to put up 100 burger here.
Did you see the game in California? The team won 106-0.
That's like Cumberland back in 1804.
And boy, did they get wrecked for it. They really did. It was all over social media where they've had to apologize, everything else up front. Unbelievable what had happened.
But if you're Coach McDuffie, you can't feel bad for your team just continuing to run the ball.
No, he's got backups in there running the ball. We don't see Allen out there doing it. He's running the ball. I mean, besides the couple passes that were there, you know what I mean. But I mean, he has been doing it with other players.
It's the same system. You just plug in different guys where you can, and Bennett, with a plethora of athletes on this team, shows their dominance so far. In this one, Orchard Park will get the ball back. 1st and 10 in their own territory at the 37-yard line.
And the Quakers take over 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line.
Looks like Cross Rapini just came back out. He looks like he's been bothered there by an injury there.
Well, for Rapini's sake, I'd say keep him out of this one as they break through for a 1st down. Orchard Park with the handoff to number 32, Nick Politowski. Breaks free on that one. The junior gets a 1st down.
Great kid. This kid is a phenomenal kid. I've gotten a good chance to know him. Really is a kid who just absolutely loves playing the game of football, and good job to be able to see him run the ball a little bit here tonight.
Screen pass goes wide to the right side. Bennett tries to trip him up at the line of scrimmage. Falling forward for a few extra yards will be Adam Velasquez.
Adam's another one I've coached for years in baseball. I mean, you talk about a gamer, a kid that just will do everything it takes to win a game. I mean, this kid I've always loved having on my team. Outfielder, left-handed pitcher for me in the baseball. Kid's a great baseball player.
Handoff up the middle.
And the Quakers keeping it on the ground as they go.
We'll get a couple more for Orchard Park. You feel bad for these kids. Of course, as a lot of these seniors, this will be the last game of football they'll play, not moving on to play college ball. And with a score like this, it's one that you might be able to laugh at 20, 30 years from now, but these next couple hours could be pretty tough and emotional for these kids, I'm sure.
Yeah, no doubt. It always is for any senior's last game period. But, in a senior game like this, you're absolutely right. It's tough. But listen, hey, Bennett's done everything they wanted to do. So, I mean, you got to give Bennett right now huge props, and we'll see what happens here in the 4th quarter, how this one's going to end.
70-14 our score after 3. We'll be back with the final 12 on WesternNewYorkAthletics.com, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with that and postgame with Francis Beck when we come back.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
We welcome you back. Nick Politowski getting the carry on the first down back after the timeout for Orchard Park, as it's been all Bennett in this one, as we'll run the clock here in the fourth quarter. Orchard Park now marching inside Bennett territory as they look to put some points on the board up here. Still keeping Gosella in there, the junior quarterback. Dylan Evans out there as well as the starters continue with Velasquez in motion. And they'll go to Velasquez. Oh, and a risky pass there as the linebacker was waiting for him there. Making the play are the Tigers. Second down and 10 inside the 30-yard line.
Second down coming up and 10 to go for the Quaker first down.
You know, Tom, I entered this one saying, oh, it's my first high school football game I'll get to call. I've got two of the best teams in Western New York here, a high-powered offense in Bennett on the ground and a high-powered offense in Orchard Park in the air. We're going to be in for fireworks all game. It's going to come down to the final play, maybe overtime. Boy, I couldn't have been more wrong on that one. It's run up the middle by Orchard Park, and they'll pick up about 6 here.
I think that was Politowski, too, on the run still. I think he's still running the ball out there. He is.
Third down and 4 to go.
We could have expected 84 points out of this game being scored, but maybe thought about it being a closer match,
Yeah.
putting up that many points.
More like a
both sides.
40-40 type thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Handoff goes to the up man, and it's going to be Nick Politowski who will take this one inside the 10-yard line, down inside the 5, where he's tackled there by Bennett safeties. First and goal for Orchard Park, under 10 to go in the fourth quarter.
Nick Politowski.
So as we look down to next weekend at Highmark Stadium, what are the games on Friday that we will potentially be seeing there, Tom, if you could?
Yep. Give me 1 second just so I can get us the exact here.
We'll get you those after this play. A throw to the end zone. Gosella goes, and that one, was it picked off? No, falls incomplete. Went one-on-one coverage far to the left. Incomplete. Second down and goal.
So on Friday at noon, wait, no, sorry, I apologize. Friday at 3 o'clock will be the Class D, and then Friday at 6 o'clock will be Class A.
So Class D, who can we look forward to seeing there?
Well, that's we're waiting to hear right now to find out who is winning the Randolph-Portville game.
And a flag comes in here late on the play. Touchdown ruled on the field.
Touchdown is called on the field. However, a penalty marker has been thrown.
You wonder if that's a holding.
It was the junior running back Politowski who ran that one into the end zone. If this is a hold against Orchard
It's not.
Park,
It's a face mask.
it's against Bennett. Probably decline this one.
Yeah, it was a face mask right there, penalty that's called. So this will be a touchdown for Orchard Park. So who are we going to expect? We're rating on right now the Randolph-Portville winner, right, or what's going on in that game. Right now, Randolph is the number 1 seed. Portville is the number 4 seed. And then tomorrow, we will be broadcasting the CSP Franklinville-Ellicottville game. And, of course, the winner of that goes against the winner of the Randolph-Portville game. So we won't know who will be heading to the stadium until tomorrow.
Randolph, assuming they hold on to theirs tonight, will get to watch that game tomorrow. You think in high school, do players go and travel to see that game being played?
I've seen it. I've seen teams go there, especially when you got the opportunity to go watch them live. Why not? But they will have the luxury to be able to sit in their home.
And why not? We invite them to, and we invite you to tomorrow as well. Awaiting the extra point. Why not? We'll kick it, says Orchard Park. Gosella the holder. It'll be Lincoln Egan. Gets set. The snap held well, gets blocked at the line. It's whistled down as Bennett's going to scoop this one.
And the previous play was.
Boy, wouldn't be so surprised if Bennett scooped that one and took it for another 2 points in the game that we've seen so far today. However, the official rules it down 20 points for Orchard Park, 70 for Bennett.
So then on Saturday at noon will be the Class C game. Saturday at 3 o'clock will be the Class B game. And then Saturday at 6 o'clock will be the Double A game, which will be where Bennett is going to be.
So in Class C, who can we expect there?
Well, Medina's got the big lead right now, so Medina is going to punch their ticket. What they're doing is they're waiting right now that Fredonia Southwestern game right there. So whoever comes out of that game will go head-to-head with Medina.
A dogfight so far in Northwestern and Fredonia.
And Southwestern played Medina very close last year. So no doubt that would be a great matchup. But I'll tell you, I love this Fredonia team. Fredonia, again, another bigger line there in that C division. Nick Whitfield at the quarterback position has just been absolutely amazing this year. And the same at the quarterback position over at Southwestern. You got Kennedy over there, who is getting Division I looks, Division I AA looks. You know, the kid has got the what it takes to play at the next level, no doubt about it.
Squib kick to the near side goes up and over everyone. Orchard Park might be able to recover this, and they're going to pick it up off the ground.
You can't advance it. That's why. So it's going to be down right there.
Unbelievable. The high school rules come into play again. What would be a touchdown in college or the NFL gets called down where the ball was downed. But Orchard Park, they'll get the ball back here. If they score a touchdown, they'll look to add another 6, as they'll have it inside Bennett territory at the 35-yard line.
But I'll tell you, I think that C matchup is going to be a phenomenal matchup. Which either one plays Medina, I think it's going to be a great game right there. The A matchup, like I said, right now it looks like Fredonia right now is winning, right? So, I'm sorry, Frontier is winning. So the rematch of that Frontier-Jamestown, that's going to be a real fun matchup right there.
Handoff, fumble on the play. Ball is loose. It's recovered by Bennett. And guess who? It's Jalen Lewis, and he turns around, looks at his teammate who pushed him down. Lewis could have taken that one to the house for all we know, but to no avail. It'll be Bennett's ball in their own side of the field after they lose the kickoff return to Orchard Park. They get it right back to where they started. They'll have it in their own territory, 1st and 10. And another big play from Jaden Lewis.
That final 2 in the D, Randolph just behind Xander Hind right now. The way Xander Hind's running the ball, phenomenal. One of the top 5 running backs as far as yards go this season. He's having a great year. You're going to match him up against, CSP now that they're back in the D. They get a chance to go after, and you want to say defend their title because they haven't really had a chance to defend it yet because they weren't in the D last year. They had to move up to C, so they go back with a chance to try to go after another title, state title right there. But in their way, Franklinville-Ellicottville and Lucas Marsh, who will try to do everything he can do at the quarterback position right there to make that one a great game and do what they can to win that one.
Xander Hind at Randolph, younger brother of the former basketball player that's now at Damon.
Yeah, not brother, isn't
Tyler
it cousin?
Hind?
Is it? I think it's cousin.
Okay.
So I apologize if I screwed that up. I apologize, but it is a relative. Yes.
Okay. Talented family there.
Yes.
As we saw Tyler Hind have a big basketball career at Randolph and Jamestown, respectively. Randolph, they've got some big boys down there. I saw them play earlier this season as they dominated JFK in a game against Class C, but.
The Lancaster-Clarence game is final. Lancaster has advanced with a 27-0 victory. They are looking right now the 6th straight time they are in the championship game.
Legends look at this score now as they end that game, looking to see who they'll play. Probably looking at this score a bit bullishly, expecting a much closer one as we were ending that game. Wonder if there was some scoreboard watching on the sideline for Lancaster. They'll get to see 70-20 as our score, and they'll be playing the Tigers next week, Saturday.
And their only loss, right? Their only loss right now to Bennett. And it's, the question, can Lancaster go on for a 6th time, or can this Bennett team be the team to stop what's right now been a perennial champion?
If there's one team that knows what it feels like to go against the team that has been the only loss, the only blemish on your schedule, it's this Bennett team, as they've showed today.
Yep.
Their only blemish on the schedule was this Orchard Park team that beat them earlier in the year. They'll then be maybe the favorites in that game. It would be interesting to see who would pick who in that Lancaster-Bennett game as Bennett busts another run through on the far side. They're inside Orchard Park territory as they continue to kill this clock, now down to 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Listen, it's hard to pick against Lancaster. They've done it 5 straight years, right? How do you pick against a team like that? Well, Bennett's showing you how you can pick against a team like that, right? This has been just an unbelievable showing of why they are a top football team in Western New York. I mean, I'll tell you, the polls are going to come out. Bennett's making a claim right here why they are one of the, if not one of the top teams in Western New York, the top team in Western New York right now, trying to make a claim to that.
It's tough for a team to be 8-1 on the year and somehow be the underdogs in a game, but that's might be what we have next week as they take on Lancaster. Fumble on the play. Orchard Park jumps on it, and they'll get the ball back. So a stop for Orchard Park, and the fumble recovered at the line.
Jackson Austin.
Austin scoops it up, gets down on it. 70-20 the score, but Orchard Park, like you said earlier in the contest, building on something positive to end this game.
And really that's what we're just trying to do is obviously we saw defensively right there that Orchard Park put in a lot of the subs. And look, there's some of the subs right now getting a positivity right there, something to take out, something positive to take from the game. And, you know, a lot of the subs in a lot of cases are underclassmen, so they're getting their chance to come in, do something, get ready, because they want to be there next season. But I'll tell you the one thing, too, that also impresses me about this Bennett team, right? When you look at some of the big players out there, I get Allen's a senior, right? But we already talked about it, right? Look at Land's a sophomore. Lewis is a junior, right? There's some big players. One of the players on the defensive line, look at that defensive line. Rashad Perry, a junior. I only see like one. Look at how many little seniors are on this staff.
Delshawn Taylor, a sophomore as well. He's been all over on both sides of the ball today.
So you're just talking about, this isn't a team that's like going to all of a sudden get wiped out. This is a team that's going to be intact and may get even better next year when you think about it, because so many main players are here intact.
You wonder, players around the city of Buffalo look at this Bennett team as they see a couple seniors in the backfield, and Dominic Allen and Torrey Anderson. You wonder if you might get a couple players transfer over to Bennett to play high school football and see if they can add their own skill set and abilities to this Bennett team that's already dominant.
But we've also seen other guys coming in and doing it too, right? So who will be that next running back? And again, I still look at is who are they going to put back there behind this amazing line?
Wouldn't be surprised if it's coach's son, Noah McDuffie, the current freshman, will be a sophomore next year, already 5'10", 160. He puts on more weight, as we know. That McDuffie family, a family of athletes and good gym rats that put on a lot of weight a lot quickly through their high school careers, as they've got one McDuffie in the NFL on the Packers, another one D1 college football.
Over at Buffalo, right? We got one coming right now, Teddy McDuffie over at Amherst, who's running for he's a top 5 running back as far as yards go this season on a team that was rough this season, but he shined on a team that really didn't play that well as far as the record is concerned. But unbelievable what Teddy McDuffie did this year, and looking to possibly be a guy that we're going to be talking about do something.
Run up the middle. It's Pilotowski who will bust free for a pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play. 5.5 to go.
We got a score from Fredonia as
go.
Fredonia has taken a 28-20 lead over Southwestern. Nick Whitfield finds Devon McCall for a 38-yard touchdown to take the lead. There's 6:50 left to play in that game.
3 wide right. Snap to Gosella. Handoff up the middle. Pilotowski to the first down marker. Will get tackled there.
We have two finals to report. One comes from Jamestown. Jamestown has won 49-14 over Will South. And now we have an A final that is set as for Frontier has defeated Hamburg 37-14. Frontier returns to the stadium to take on Jamestown. It's their first time back to the stadium since 2013.
Pilatowski runs it up the middle again. He'll pick up 6.
And Politowski, obvious workhorse onto this drive.
Now, we didn't get to see it this year, but Tom, where do you think this Bennett team would rank against some of the better private schools in the area, in a Canisius and a St. Francis, St. Joe's?
I think they're gonna. They would be. It would be a game. It really would. The only thing which when you look at overall, obviously they've thrown the ball well here today, Bennett, right? And I do not want to take anything away, but what they're all bring different things to the table, right? Like Canisius.
Deep shot. That's another interception in the end zone. Gosella threw it up. It's picked off by the Tigers. We'll see if they can bring it back here. They'll go down at around the 20-yard line.
And it looks like that was number 2, Antonio Davis, on the reception right there. And Jackson Newlove on the tackle. You got Tyler Baker right now over at Canisius, which we know is going to be a top quarterback in the area, right? So it really comes down to me is this would be great because I'm going to look – you always look at to be a top team is trench play, right, is these lines. We've been talking about it. I would love to see this line go head-to-head with a Canisius line and a St. Francis line. Remember, too, on the defensive side over at St. Francis, we've got a couple Jimmy Scott, a couple Division I players that are going to be playing over there for St. Francis. Same thing we got over here at Bennett that we've been talking about. I really think it would be a great game and to see a battle that was happening there. In fact, Canisius was originally scheduled to play Bennett this year, but unfortunately the game got canceled due to a shakeup in the schedule is what happened. Yeah, Section 5 had a game that was scheduled with Canisius and Aquinas, if I'm correct, is what it was. That screwed up the whole thing as far as why Canisius had to cancel their game with Bennett. But it was a Section 5 rescheduling that caused everything havoc there. But we almost saw that game happen where we could have really been talking about, wow, you know what I mean, how good is any of these teams and how do they match up? We always talk about it every year. We really do. We wish that we would see more of that happening. And there are only a few teams that really will venture out and do it. And I will tell you, Bennett's one of them, and Coach McDuffie is one of them. He's absolutely gone out. He's played St. Joe's. He's looked to play those other teams. He is not afraid to play those teams. Look at Maritime. Maritime has stepped up as a B team and said, I want to play these teams because if I want to go win a state championship, I'm going to need to play the best and see the best in order to do it.
We know the teams only get tougher as you go down into the state playoff. Down to the Final Four and into the games at the Carrier Dome for the state title. As we've got a timeout on the field. 3:34 remaining in the fourth quarter. When you talk about Maritime coming into this season, week 1, 16-0 loss against Bennett. They weren't able to get any scores on them, but keeping it to a 3-score game, 2-score game even, 16-0 with the 2-point
and only
conversions.
one offensive score. The other one was the special teams. I talk about that often. Just let everyone know, especially inside that B conference, why they are so dominating, and they were underlooked because of 2 losses to Canisius and to Bennett. I mean, it's unbelievable. You can't downplay how good that Maritime team is.
Give credit to Maritime for scheduling those opponents.
Fearless. Ty Parker, fearless. Love him as a coach. Oh, we do have a score update for everybody. So we've been waiting to hear about Randolph. Randolph has defeated Portville 46-0 as they're going to advance onto the stadium.
Wow, a lot of blowouts in Western New York across the area this weekend. 46-0. There we saw Jamestown with a big win today as well. Bennett up 70-20 here with 3 and counting. Second down, 14 to go. Handoff in the backfield, tripped up. Tackle made by Orchard Park's D-line.
Looked like it was number 59, Brendan Schmitz, on the tackle. Interception in the Fredonia Southwestern game. Fredonia gets the ball back on a Matt Cash interception of Aiden Kennedy. 4:30 left to play. Fredonia leads 28-21.
Well, you wonder, Orchard Park down big in this one as Bennett hands this one off, and along the near side, almost breaking free was Shamir Land. He gets tripped up
And number 3, Shamir Land,
just inside the 45,
Looked like it was
35
Lincoln Egan there on the stop. If he doesn't make that stop, you wonder if that was going to be, he had green grass in front of him, or green turf, we should say, in front of him, to be able to go after another run. Right now, the total yards, 492 yards to 328 of Orchard Park.
492 for Bennett. If they can just get another first down, it would put them over.
Show the total yards down the blue one.
500.
So everybody could see the total yards right now flash up on the screen. 328 total yards to 492 for Bennett. But Bennett, 454 yards on the ground.
Handoff there, and they're going to break over 500 yards here as they get it beyond the 40-yard line. As the run came from Jaden Lewis.
Or it was Land, wasn't it? Number 3?
Oh, that was Land. Sorry.
Yeah,
correction.
Land on that one. So here's the freshman again we've been talking about today. Unbelievable what we've seen there. And then Orchard Park has gotten all their yards by the air, 257 yards by the air, and now 476 yards on the ground for Bennett.
The final 40 tick away. We recap the scoring. It was a touchdown rush from Allen, his first of the day in the first quarter. The only 2 scores in the first quarter were both Allen touchdown rushes, put Bennett up 16-0. And then in the second quarter, they didn't look back. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 touchdowns scored by the Tigers in half number 1 and quarter number 2 specifically. At halftime, it was 54-14. 2 more punched on in the third quarter for the Tigers. Orchard Park scores 1 in the fourth, 70-20. The final score, as Bennett will head to Highmark Stadium to take on the Lancaster Legends next Saturday at 6:30 for the Class AA Championship.
So, folks, we want you to tune in later, as we're gonna be shutting our stream down here in a minute. But look out, as Francis Beck will talk to our players of the game. He'll get a chance to do some interviews. Take a look out, as we'll be interviewing some of those players over on the Bennett sideline.
We thank you for joining us today. On behalf of myself, Jack Cruiser, Tom Prince, Francis Beck producing, thanks for watching Western New York Athletics. We'll keep you here for the handshakes. And we'll see you on the other side, another live stream with Francis and the interviews. Thanks for tuning in. On behalf of everyone here, I'm Jack Cruiser. Bid you adieu.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.